What do you get when a German glider company tries to build a car? A fiberglass bird that couldn't quite take off unless you count bankruptcy as altitude. Ladies and gentlemen, and my friend Timmy, you ever see a car so small, so bizarre, so rare, it made my neighbor Bob drop his binoculars, grab his tinfoil hat and whisper, "They finally sent one of their scouts!" Now, before we get rolling faster than Timmy at an open bar wedding, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell like you're waking up your cousin who still thinks Y2K is a real threat. We drop daily videos filled with bizarre cars, glorious disasters, and whatever else crawled out of Timmy's garage after 3 beers and a YouTube tutorial. All right, let's talk about the Burgfalke FB250, the car that looks like it was designed by a guy who built gliders and suddenly got bored one Tuesday afternoon. And I'm not joking. The company behind this miracle was literally building sailplanes in post-war Bavaria before deciding, you know what, let's slap a lawn chair on some wheels and call it a car. Now, was it fast? Not really. Was it roomy? Absolutely not. Was it practical? Only if your idea of practicality involves entering your car like you're sneaking into a neighbor's backyard pool. But was it interesting? Oh, absolutely, like watching Timmy build a barbecue smoker out of an old washing machine and a traffic cone. Under the rear, yep, this thing was mid-engined like it's trying out for Formula One. We've got a 248 cubic centimeters, single-cylinder, 2-stroke engine borrowed from the Victoria 250. It coughed out 14 horsepower at 5,200 revolutions per minute, which is technically enough to overtake a mobility scooter. If the driver stopped for lunch, torque was about 20 Newton meters at 4,650 revolutions per minute, and it had a Dynastart starter generator system that could spin the engine backwards to give you reverse. Yeah, you didn't shift into reverse, you spun the whole engine the other way. Madness. I love it. The transmission? Oh, buckle up, gearheads. This wasn't your average driveway DIY disaster. No. It had a semi-automatic electromagnetic pre-selector gearbox, 3 buttons on the dashboard, and a tiny lever to choose gears 2 through 4. Suspension? All 4 wheels independently sprung like it was auditioning to be a roller coaster. Swing axles in the back, trailing arms up front like a Volkswagen Beetle if the Beetle had been dropped in a blender and rebuilt by a glider mechanic. Brakes? Hydraulic. All 4 corners. Which, in the 1950s, Microcar world was like giving a tricycle anti-lock braking system. But the real fun begins when you look at it. No doors, just 1 bench for 2.5 people, because the brochure claimed 3 could sit comfortably. I tried that once in a pub booth. Timmy was the half. Never again. You climbed in like it was a canoe. Roof? There was a removable soft top for when the German weather decided to stop pretending it was spring. And here's the kicker. This thing was made out of fiberglass, back when fiberglass meant you better not sneeze too hard near it or you'll crack the chassis. But hey, it only weighed 380 to 420 kilograms, 840 to 930 pounds. That's about the same as Timmy after a weekend at the all-you-can-eat sausage festival. And I mean both days. Dimensions? Let's do the math. This little marvel came in at 10 feet 10 inches. Long 3.3 meters, 4 feet 7 inches, wide 1.42 meters, and for full 1.24 meters. In plain English, that's just big enough to call it a car, and just small enough to accidentally park it between 2 mopeds. Top speed, a wind-blown 60 miles per hour, 96 kilometers per hour. Fuel consumption? An impressive 45 miles per gallon, about 5.3 liters per 100 kilometers. Inside, there was technically a dashboard. It had a speedometer and a few toggle switches that screamed, "I used to be in a World War II fighter plane." There was also a 12-volt electric system, which was fancy for the time. Most other microcars ran on 6 volts, hope and disappointment. Now here's where it gets funnier than a politician giving financial advice on TikTok. They plan to export this thing to the United States. Yeah, imagine rolling into 1958, New York in this doorless fiberglass speed omelet while everyone else is driving chrome monsters with fins. You'd either be laughed out of town or declared a Soviet spy. Now, the price? Then and now. Back in 1958, it went for 3,000 Deutsche Marks, which in today's money is roughly $9,000 to $10,000. Not exactly pocket change for a car you enter like a canoe. Fast forward to 2013, and one pristine example sold at RM auctions in the United States for $20,700. That's right. And that wasn't even restored, just 2,622 kilometers on the clock and somehow still running. Look, we've made fun of it, but here's the truth. The Burgfalke FB250 was bold, innovative, and absolutely bananas in all the right ways. It had engineering that really tried to punch above its weight. It didn't just follow trends, it tried to invent new ones. So, how many Burgfalke FB250s were actually built? Officially, they planned 180. Realistically, just a few. Most kits stayed in boxes because the money ran out faster than Timmy at a bar tab. Serious sources like German encyclopedias say only 3 to 5 were ever completed, just a handful of pre-production cars. 2 made it to the United States, one of which sold at RM auctions in 2013. The rest? Either tucked away at collections or cannibalized for parts like Bob's old microwave defense system. Thanks for watching, friends, and remember, if it's weird, wheeled, and probably illegal in 3 countries, you'll find it here on Cool Ideas.